dropped us.
Right.
And so we went with SCK, not primarily because it was cheaper, but because it was primarily the only one that would have us. So it's also my understanding that there are very few firms who do municipal accounting anymore. So I'm a little nervous about that.
So what I will say is that what SCK has proposed to us is that they have a partner firm that they work with on audits, that any of their clients that they use for, or that they do the outsource work for, they use this firm for audits. So they're very confident that there would be no issue with the transition from this firm to
That this firm would accept us.
Yes.
A couple of other questions. What about the part-time position that is also an administrative assistant? Are you combining these two positions, the new?
That would be the plan.
So you would be eliminating the part-time position that's an administrative assistant position, and you would be going to a full-time position.
So there's some savings there as well. I didn't even think of that,
Yeah, that's accounted for in here.
Yeah, okay. And for this new position, are you looking at a comparable salary?
We'd be starting it at the same amount that we started the finance officer back 2 years ago, so we'd be looking at
62.
Okay. Yeah, that would be a savings. Okay.
And believe me when I say that none of this has been easy, and I bring this forward cautiously because the idea of outsourcing something like this felt in the beginning to me weird and maybe not totally in line with what I thought made sense, but I think in looking at just what the space of local government looks like right now, what we're able to bring in. So I do want it to be known that I don't bring this forward lightly at all, and I have thought hard and long about this, and this is my recommendation at this point. And I also don't know if this is a forever solution. I think this is a solution for the foreseeable future right now, but I don't necessarily think that we're making a decision for 15, 20 years. I think we're making a decision for what makes the most sense for the borough at this time.
And as you pointed out, we haven't had a successful finance manager in the past couple of finance managers. It's my understanding, and I am no budget expert, but this kind of a budget and accounting system is unique. And as you pointed out, it isn't like any ordinary business or charity. It's very specialized, and I don't think we've ever had anyone who totally understood it, but our auditors do. So we may have to pay a little more in the long run to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do. Because it's my understanding also, if I remember correctly, we had several recommendations for, even preceding you, we had several recommendations because nobody's been able to get it right.
Yeah.
So.
What I didn't see as part of their proposal was any kind of contract length. So my understanding is that we are billed monthly. Is there a commitment? I know we aren't necessarily looking at this as a long-term solution, but what are we committing to should we move forward with SEK?
So we would treat it just like any of our other professional services, which would be as long as council would continue to have them. And so when we have our reorganization meeting every year, that's when council, votes to retain the solicitor, to retain our engineering firm, to retain our sewer engineering firm. So this would be just in line with those
An
as well.
item we would review each year,
Yep.
but in the event of some drastic change, we would be able to cut off with a month's notice, for example, in an extreme type of scenario.
Right.
All right.
Just an additional note, we're not sure what the new accounting firm is going to charge us.
Right.
So
So-
we don't know. It could be the same, it could be more.
They gave me,
I understand.
they gave me a number to put into the budget to anticipate, based on the number of hours that they think would be cutting down by moving to a different firm.
Yeah, I think that's all I've got. Anything else from other members of council? All right, let's start with the easy one. I will make a motion to approve the job description for the administrative specialist position and to advertise the role. Do I have a second?
You do.
Very good, thank you, Mary Ann. I imagine there's no further discussion on this one, just looking around the table. Very well, all those in favor of the motion, please indicate so by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Abstentions? The motion will carry.
If you'd like to move into the next one, you can.
Well, no, the facts aren't going to change between now and then. My only real lack of comfort comes from not having an auditing firm set up to replace SEK for our budgets. I have had sufficient experience with our budget process being delayed that I do not look forward to that process again. But I do see the value in the kind of baked-in efficiencies this gives us to essentially eliminate the role, redistribute the work, and then put some of the higher level finance work into the hands of a few professionals for what I consider to be a reasonable fee, having seen similar setups like this in the past. So with that in mind, I will make the motion to accept the proposal from SEK for outsourcing accounting services starting on December 1st, 2025. Do I have a second?
You do.
Give that one to Linda. All those in favor, please indicate so by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Abstentions? The motion will carry.
Thank you. I do appreciate that, and I look forward to telling you all about how things will change and what our future looks like. But I appreciate it, and I appreciate the thoughtful questions, because I've been asking myself all of those questions for the past 3 weeks.
Sort of figured when you had the answers all front-loaded for us when we were asking you. I have nothing for my report, but we do have a second session of public comment. So if at this time council will hear any comments, requests, or concerns from members of the public related to items on the agenda or other matters, you will have 5 minutes to speak. We ask that you come to the microphone or ask that the microphone be brought to you. And also we ask that you give your name and a general address for the record. Would anybody like to address council at this time? Very well. Seeing no one, and seeing no reason for executive session, I will now entertain motions to adjourn.
So moved.
Very good. Seconded. All those in favor of adjournment, please indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye.